Greetings everyone. Welcome to Needle Notes with Stitcher Trish. This is my floss tube number 2. So glad that you've taken a few moments to join me today. Thank you to everyone that joined me with floss tube 1 and liked and subscribed. I really appreciate it so very much, and thanks for all the comments, and I enjoyed getting back to each of you and getting to meet you and say hello. I'm going to jump right in this week with whips, the things that I've worked on since the last floss tube. I'm going to start with the ancient book from 1980. Lots of things related to NC State University. There's two rival schools here that are state schools, NC State and UNC Chapel Hill. I went to Chapel Hill and my brother went to NC State, so this pains me greatly to work on this, but this is the memorial tower on the campus at NC State University. It's for my brother for Christmas, and I worked mostly on the shrubbery, finished filling in most of this, and so this week I'm going to get to work on filling in the trees and then memorial tower and a few clouds. There's not a whole lot that I have left of this. Book doesn't have a picture of it because it's the 1980 pattern, so books back then just had the pattern, so I can't really show you that, but that's where I am on this one. It is on just an Ada that I coffee tea dyed myself. I don't know the count. I think it is an 18, but I don't honestly remember. And my great little needle minders made by my wonderful husband. So that's where this one is. I spent a good amount of time on that one a couple of weeks ago. The next one is a Heartstring Samplery. I know everyone's seen this one. It's my Cross Stitch Nation. You know, got to do this piece. So I managed to get in two of the 7 people on there, and I am converting this so that it's a diverse piece for inclusion and diversity style. Anyway, this is what I managed to get in this week. Had a little issue getting this little dress in because for some reason the week's floss and I had an argument. So a little wax solved the argument, but I had to win that first. It wanted to knot on me terribly. This is on a Fortnite Fabrics, one of the monthly clubs, and I can't remember if it was May or June, but it's Morel is the color. I'm a member of the club, the Fabric of the Month club. So that's where I am on Cross Stitch Nation. I ran out of the red, so I had to order some more of that. And the next one that I worked on is from Rosewood Manor. This is Crosses of the Kingdom. This is one I'm working on for my husband, who is a former pastor. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I'm doing it with just 310 and then Petite Treasure Braid Gold. So let me show you where I got on this one. So this past week, I put in this cross, which is all Petite Treasure Braid, and then this one. I had to do this cross 3 times, minimally. Put it in, take it out, because I could not count for some reason. I was determined to finish it before we moved on. But I got this one in, and this is pretty much the centerpiece. So it's moving over and then down a little bit to get this one done. And it's a 36 count legacy linen, just a basic white, and I can't remember the name of it. Eider down, I think is what it's called, but I'm doing it, the DMC, I'm using just 1 over 2, and then Petite Treasure Braid, it's almost too big for this 36 count. 40 count would not have worked with a Petite Treasure Braid, but again, a beautiful piece. It's going to be gorgeous. Find a really kind of fancy frame to put this in one day. And then the last one that I've been working on is Ink Circles Dragons of Sumatra. I absolutely love this. Of the 4, this is probably my favorite to work on. Let me show you where I am on this. The last time, I think I had just gotten in this much of this dragon here. So I finished all the way getting down. This is the bottom of the page 7, because it's 157. Bottom of page 7. I got the border in, and I finished this motif right here. So I'm going to put it away for a little while because I just get transfixed by this one. This is a 40 count linen called Ancient by Hand-Dyed Happiness. She is a dyer on Etsy. Lots of beautiful, beautiful fabrics, and she's local to me. I'm in North Carolina, so I really like to support her, and she just has beautiful fabric. And then the floss that I'm using is a Silks for You. It's just, I can't remember the number on it. She has her stuff just numbered, but I bought an entire hank of this. And it just goes from a light red to a dark red, and I love working with this silk. It just pulls so beautifully, and I'm doing it 1/2 on this 40 count. And it's really neat for me to put it in, and I wear magnifiers. My wonderful husband bought me these fantastic magnifiers. One of these floss tubes, I'll show them to you, and I use the 5 time on this, and you're looking at it and it's fuzzy and all that stuff, and then you take it off and you see the you know what it looks like unmagnified, and I just really like how the silk lies on the fabric. So I enjoy working on this one so very, very much. Anyway, Dragons of Sumatra, and this is my favorite dragon because everybody needs a chicken dragon. So those are the whips that I'm working on right now. I thought I'd take a little bit of time and show you a couple of my old finishes. This is a cute little design by Kick Stitches. Kick Stitches is on Etsy. It's where I've got this pattern. It was a PDF download. Books are important in this household. My husband's collection of books, along with my collection of books, we have an entire book wall. And of course we can't get rid of them because why would you? So hoarding books is one of the things that we do. So this sits on one of our bookshelves, and it's completely appropriate for our household. She has another pattern with a little dragon, and it's got a dice as a companion to this one. It's got a 20 sided dice, and he's wrapped around the dice, and it's a dice dragon, hoarding dice dragon. And so my husband hoards dice, so I'm going to get that one done eventually to go with this one, but it's just a quick little cute stitch. And I just finished this up about 6 months ago or so, and then turned it into a pillow just to have something different on the bookshelf rather than a flat fold. And then this next one, let's see if we can get this so it doesn't glare on you. This is one I finished about 5-ish years ago. It is from a book called Fantasy Wizards, Wonders, and More from 1991. It's a Kappie's Originals publication, and the artist, the graphic artist, is Mike Brockman. It didn't say who the designer was or anything in the book that I could find. Again, it's some book I picked up in 1991 when I was all of like 19 years old. And it's got 3 patterns in it. It's got this Princess and the Dragon. It's got a wizard and a fairy. The wizard will get done at some point in time. The fairy probably not so much. So you can see a dragon theme in a lot of my stitching. So anyway, there's a couple of fun things that I've completed in the past. I did place an order this week because, well, I ran out of red rocks for my cross stitch nation, so I had to get some red rocks. And of course I couldn't let that travel alone from Fire Poppies down in South Carolina because it's lonely all the way to North Carolina. So I purchased this coffee first because I don't function very well without my coffee, and it's a Brenda Gervais. I've loved this one since it came out, so I finally ordered it for myself. It'll get done at some point in time. It's a quick little stitch we can put up in the kitchen somewhere. So those came to me from Fire Poppies this week. And another pattern that I have been after for a while. This is the Teresa Wentzler, the castle. And of course, because it's got a dragon, that's the reason I wanted the castle. I have looked for this one for a while, and it came up on Stash Unload. So wonderful seller on there, and I jumped on it pretty quickly and got it at a very reasonable price. So I'm very excited to have this one. Of course, since it's Teresa Wentzler, it's 1,000 blends. I've read the directions, just kind of skimmed them. So this one's a down the road project. When this pattern came up, I had to jump on it because somebody else would if I didn't do it. So very, very excited about this one. And then just a couple of fabrics to show you from Hand-Dyed Happiness. This is called Gracious. It's a little bit of modeling in this one. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. It's just a great neutral. It is a 32 count Jobelin. So one day that will get used. And then a piece of fabric that I bought without any intention of using it anytime soon, because purple is my favorite color. Love this one, and its name is Violets Are Purple. And I don't know if you can see the modeling with the camera, if it's picking that up, but it's really, it's very subtle on both sides. You can see it on both sides. This one's a little more so, but it's just a beautiful piece of fabric. So one day I'll find just the right project to do on that one. Anyway, that's my haul for this week, which is a big week for me to have pulled in that much stuff. My plans ongoing are to rotate through my 4 whips that I'm working on, because one's a present, it's got to get done. And the others, I don't have a system. I stitch what I want to stitch, I pull it out of the bag, and I work on it that night, depending on how focused I want to be and what we're watching on television. But I do have one I want to start, because I think I'm going to do this for my parents for Christmas. My parents live out in a rural part of North Carolina, and deer are everywhere all the time. So I think we're going to do this Barbara Anna Deer Joy for them and get it started sometime soon, maybe this week. And another piece of hand-dyed happiness, gingery. I'm going to do it on this with the called for flosses. So those are basically my plans for this next week or two, because I probably won't be back with you next week, but see what I can get accomplished on those before we jump head first into school. Again, I really appreciate all of you visiting with me, and if you like this, please subscribe, and I'll get back to you every couple of weeks or so. I do want to talk a little bit about our shop. My husband and I have a shop on Etsy called Foreverusneedleraft. We make bags, and Stephen does really cool zipper pulls for those bags. He does needle minders and scissors fobs. So we're getting this thing up and going, and we're having a good time with it, and it's a good creative outlet for both of us, and it's something we can do together. I want to show you a few of the new items that we've got in the store. So we're trying to get ready for Halloween, because it's going to be here before you turn around. And this is a great little scissors fob with all bone. Everything he used is all bone and then hand wrapped. So that one will be in the shop. And then since it's still summer, we've still got some butterflies floating around. So beautiful butterfly bag. And the inside are these great little, I don't know if they're pansies, or I'm not sure. I'm not up on my flowers. But butterflies and flowers, and this great little butterfly zipper pull. And then more Halloween. Love this bag. Love, love, love this bag. And on the inside are more skulls. Da, da, da. And the zipper pull has this nice skull with rhinestone eyes. So a lot of fun. We've got a couple of these bags in there, and along with, we have one set. And in this set, you'll get the bag along with a needle minder that is very gothic, and a scissors fob that's got blinged out skull down here at the bottom. So just a little bit of fun for Halloween. And then we've got a couple of vinyl front bags now. I'm doing these as they come up. So neat little pull on this guy, vinyl front. Typical vinyl front bag. Hand shows through. Whoop. And summer, because it's still summer, bees. So it's got bee scaps, and then the honeycomb, and then these cute little bees buzzing around. So all you bee people, come check out our store. We really appreciate it if you do. It's just a fun outlet for us, and we enjoy shipping things all over the place. So I think that's going to wrap things up. Again, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, add a comment on there, and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful next couple of weeks. Bye-bye.